Hey everyone, it's Cam. This is week 12. It is our final week of our health and wellness videos here. I hope that you've been able to learn some from the videos in the past. And today I want to take some time to have a recap of everything that we've talked about and kind of discuss, how you can set yourself up for success going forward using everything that we've learned so far. So we're already 1 month into our 2024 already. It's crazy to say. This week we are entering February already, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to either in your phone or if you have a piece of paper and a pen nearby, is I want you to write down 3 ways that you have actively been taking care of each dimension of your health so far in 2024, right? So kind of taking everything that we've learned and incorporating some things. Maybe it's some things that you've already been doing. Doing that before we even get into February is going to give you a really good head start on where you might be able to focus a little bit more of your attention going into the new month, right? So the term exercise isn't just talking about our physical health, right? It's important to exercise every dimension of health that we've covered, right? So there's those 7 dimensions. And I'm going to recap a little bit about each dimension and ways that you can work on that or reflect on how you've been taking care of that. I think it's pretty common, like some pretty common posts that I see in the new year, right, is, as we get into January, I see so many people posting like, this is my year, right? 2020 was not my year, 2021 was not my year, 2022, right? 2024, this is it, right? And it's the same people every year, right? And we already know when we get to 2025, it's going to be the same thing. Oh, 2024 wasn't it. This is it, right? So at what point are we going to take control, right, and work on our own health? No one is going to do it for us, right? And decide that, you know what, forget whatever last year was. Let's take care of our health this year and not have that same story going into 2025, 2026, right? So take control of your health and really take advantage of what you're able to do right now because you never know kind of what tomorrow will bring. So make sure we're taking care of that. And another really common one that I've actually been seeing is January was a trial run and February is where it starts, right? So if that's how you're feeling, take some time to reflect on how January has been for you. Like I said, so we're going into February with a head start on where to focus. So when we're looking at our physical health, right, I want you to reflect on in the last 4 or 5 weeks as we've been in this new year, have you been able to get your 150 minutes of physical activity in each week, right? So maybe you're not getting enough. Or maybe you're even getting more than 150 minutes. That's awesome. When I say 150 minutes, that could be a workout, that could be going outside for a walk, right? So really tally up what you've been doing to take care of your physical health. Have you been eating a balanced diet, right? Look at each weekend that has passed, right? Have you kind of had a lot of cheat meals over the weekend? Say, oh, it's the weekend, right? It's fine. Or have you really been dialing in on what you're putting into your body? Is it getting you closer to where you want to be in a health aspect, or is it getting you kind of further away and putting you in those at-risk categories, right? So obviously it's great to have those special occasions, right, where you can indulge a little bit and enjoy yourself, but it's when those special occasions become a regular thing, that's when we need to tune into what we're doing there. And also, how's your sleep been over the last month, right? So the last week's video was about sleep, so you can get some tips and tricks there on how to improve your quality of sleep. I would say those are the top 3 things as far as our physical health to reflect on. Social, looking at January, right? It can be busy for some people, not busy for others. How much time have you been able to set aside to spend with your family and friends, right? Not just for them, but for your own well-being as well, right? So yes, it's important to have alone time, but it's also just as important to have that social part of our health. You don't have to go out to parties every day, but spending time with people that you care about is a really good way to take care of yourself and let others know that you care about them as well. So if you haven't been able to do that much in January, maybe reach out to some friends, right, and see what you can plan in February, even if you have to plan it weeks ahead. I know everyone's schedules are kind of, sometimes you have to schedule out a month in advance just to get in with your friends, right? So look into February. What can you put in that month to take care of your social health? Intellectual health. What have you done in the last month that has challenged your intellectual ability, right? Have you started reading new books, right? Have you implemented that time of day that you're going to spend at least 10 minutes reading? Have you maybe started a new course, right, to learn something new? Work on time management. Maybe last year you felt like your schedule was all up in the air. Maybe you got a new planner, right? So what have you done that has challenged your intellectual ability and really exercised your brain in that portion of our health? And then going into emotional, what ways have you protected your emotional health in the past month, in January? Have you been in tune with your feelings every day, or have you kind of just been getting through each day as it comes, right? So it's important to be in tune, to be able to assess your stress levels and where you're at throughout the day. Have you been able to take some maybe not so great moments of your day and turn them into what could have been an entire bad day, and just taking that moment to assess how you're feeling, be in tune with it, and have a good day after that, right? So one bad moment does not need to turn into an entire bad day, right? Obviously, it depends on the situation, but that's something to be mindful about when we're looking at our emotional health. Spiritual, have you reflected on your core beliefs and values this year, right? So not just what they are, but have you reflected on why those are your core beliefs and values? Your foundation in those things are much stronger when you have your sense of why, right? So yes, you're coming to the gym or you're doing your workouts. Why? Right? Like, why is that so important to you to take care of your health? Why are your beliefs so rooted into who you are, right? So take some time to reflect on that. It's going to be different for a lot of people, and none of it is really right or wrong. It's just who you are, right? And at the end of the day, that is how it impacts you, and it doesn't impact other people. So look into your spiritual health there. Environmental, so we're 1 month into 2024, right? And as the years go on, it's becoming more and more evident that environmental health is something that we need to pay more attention to, right? So what ways have you been, taking care of your environment, not just for you, but for the entirety of the planet, right? So have you been focusing more on recycling, saving water, other ways that we mentioned in our environmental video? What ways have you been doing that in January? And if that's something that's kind of been on the back burner, then it'll be important to assess that kind of going forward into February, different ways that we can look into that. And then occupational, what are your goals for 2024, right? So maybe your goal is to work harder at separating that work-life balance, right? So when you go home, you're going home, you're leaving your work at work. If you're able to, just for that peace of mind, that sanity part of it, right, to be able to spend more time with the people in your life. Or maybe you want to challenge yourself to learn something new, right? So it could go either way, but occupational, that is a big one for our own satisfaction and fulfillment, right? So those are some ways to reflect on all 7 dimensions of our health and wellness. I hope you've been able to take something from these videos as we've gone through the last 12 weeks. And yeah, that's all I have today. Take control and assess those things. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, that is going to be the ideal way to visualize how you're going to take care of those dimensions moving forward. So that's it. That's all. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and have a great day.